Hi, John Anderson with Sun Windows. This is part 2 of how to replace Sun Windows Casement Sash. And of course we're going to be replacing the unit at this point. Now there's a slider here on the top of the sash, and there's an exact slider like this on the bottom of the sash. And these sliders have to go into these tracks. There's a track on the bottom and then there's a track on the top, and they're basically identical. Okay, so the step one is to get the sliders in the track. Now once you have them in the track, the sash is not stable until you get the passive hinges attached. Okay, and that's the second thing you'll be doing, but you need to make sure you're holding the sash good and tight until you get the passive hinges on there. So I'm going to have the sash at about a 90-degree angle to the frame opening. Okay, before I start, and then I'm gonna get these out at about a 90-degree angle to the sash, so they'll line up with the track. And I'm gonna put the bottom one in first. So lift it up and kind of rest the sash there, and then I tilt the slider out to a 90-degree angle. Oops. This will just be like it is at your house. Okay. Alright, get it against there and then slide it into the slider. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the top slider. There we go. Alright, so I had the sliders in the top and bottom tracks. Now I'm going to scoot it over to the edge of the window frame just to hold it, make it a little easier to hold. And then I'm going to get the passive hinges engaged. So on this one I'll just do the top one first. There we go. And then I'm going to take the bottom passive hinge and put it on the bottom. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do, the active hinges are kind of hidden underneath the frame here right now. So I'm going to go ahead and crank this out a little bit so I can get the elbow hinge. And keep cranking it until I can get it right there, and then snap it on. Okay. Now the next thing I do is the main hinge. So I wind the main hinge out here a bit, and remember this plastic piece from part 1, the nipple goes down, okay, and then this helps you locate it when it's in the track. So I'm going to put it in the track. Okay, go ahead and wind this out a little bit further, pop that down, find the nipple there for it to go into. Hang on. It's really not as hard as I'm making it look. There you go. All right, popped it up in there, and I'm done. All I've got to do is crank the window closed, lock it, and I've replaced the Sun Windows Casement Sash.